Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here, playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and in this video we're going to grab the No Time to Lose achievement/trophy for completing the CCTV sequence in under 4 minutes, and this takes place on the 14th mission of the game, Prison Break. You'll reach a mandatory section where you hop on a CCTV where you escort Price through planting 3 car bombs. Now this section almost works like SOCOM or an RTS mixed with a little bit of Watch Dogs. You're going to be basically pointing the camera at where you want him to go and then selecting that location. You can also select enemies and then he can either knife them or shoot them. So there's going to be a couple in the way that I can quickly shoot. However, most of the enemies later on are armored, which means they can only be knifed. I'm going to do this in about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I do have a timer that I manually put up on screen for you guys to keep track, but you can make as many mistakes as you want, and as long as you reload the last checkpoint, it won't actually add time to that timer. So you can take 10 minutes, as long as if you were to take out all of the parts that you failed, it would be under 4 minutes, which just means that you need to be pretty quick on all of your actions, and make sure not to wait around too long for the perfect enemy patterns. Also, there are a lot of sections where it seems like you're really close to an enemy and Price is moving really fast, or you're basically right in front of their field of vision, but the enemies in this minigame see very little and they will almost never get in the way. When you do approach a pickup truck, you will need to press X in order to kind of interact with it, and then you'll also reach this section where a lot of the enemies will be armored, so we won't be able to use our pistol anymore, but you can use this distraction, which will turn off the light and make the enemies separate. I believe this is mandatory, and then you can knife the enemy that comes to investigate, and then you should be able to switch cameras and basically work your way around the area without too many issues. Again, if you get caught or stuck, just let them get you and then try again. I'm going to take out this enemy with a pistol before I work my way around on the outside. And again, this is an area where it might seem like I'm going to get seen, but I don't, because the enemies are not very bright. Once the enemies kind of separate in this pattern, you can squeak on through, switch to your next camera, and here you have your second pickup truck with an enemy near it. And you're just going to be making sure that you're switching cameras and knowing your next move. Again, I did this in 3 minutes and 15, which is an extra 45 seconds that I didn't necessarily need. And although I did kind of optimize this to make sure I was pretty quick, I wasn't perfect either and probably could have shaved off even more time if I really had to. And for this last area, a little bit of the same, really. We're just going to sneak around the outside. There is another battery here where we can disable the light, but I'm just going to ignore it completely and work on the outside of the area where it's mostly dark. Once the enemy in the light turns around, I can sneak through the crack in the fence, and then this is the last area with the last car. This is the only area where you really have to wait quite a while, and by quite a while I mean about 5 or 10 seconds. You're basically waiting for the 2 enemies that walked through the gate to approach the vehicle, and then once they separate and one of them turns around, you should be able to squeak in there, and the achievement or trophy will unlock as soon as the 3rd car bomb is armed. And it actually unlocks on Xbox about 5 or 10 seconds before you see it show up on screen. But as soon as this happens, this section is over, it should unlock, and you will snap out of the CCTV. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, share with a friend. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Peace.